I have been trying since May 2020 to keep as many people as possible out of ICUs in America. Your likelihood of surviving goes up if you stay away from the hospitals. From the actual March 2020 study, where Gilead actually gave the drug remdesivir to 53 patients for a 10-day period, what they found was 10% of all people they gave it to within 5 days had such acute kidney failure and liver failure they had to come off the drug. 95 to 99% of all of them died in ICUs. What were they all treated with? A deadly drug called remdesivir. Since April of this year, they have been doing something else. They not only had remdesivir that caused acute kidney failure and multiple organ failure in 31% of all people they gave it to between days 5 and 10. They added dexamethasone, which is actually shown to cause 4% more acute kidney failure. It's a steroid. And then they added a antibiotic called vancomycin. And I told the world, be ready. They figured out that if they add vancomycin, it will cause an additional percentage of acute kidney failure, and they can make the Delta variant look even more dangerous for the young and the healthy. And sure enough, as you see the death rates or any deaths at all in ICUs, you can correlate them back to acute kidney failure caused by a combination of any of these drugs, but remdesivir is number one.
We're sharing an exclusive interview with the lead scientist behind a major breakthrough in transplant surgery. Something we told you about yesterday. It could offer a lifeline to the almost 100,000 Americans waiting for a kidney. 12 people a day die in the U.S. waiting for a kidney transplant. But now, for the first time, surgeons at NYU Langone Transplant Institute successfully transplanted a genetically modified pig kidney into the human body. Our chief medical correspondent, Dr. John LaPook, got a first look at this experimental procedure.
Are you thinking this is science fiction, or do you think, oh yeah, of course, that's what we do now?
It doesn't seem futuristic. It seems like the future is here now.
Dr. Robert Montgomery and his team at NYU Langone's Transplant Institute have done something that's never been done before. Successfully transplant a non-human kidney into a human being. The human immune system rejects organs from animals, but Dr. Montgomery and his team genetically modified a pig kidney to make it more compatible.
So we came up with this idea of testing it first in someone who is recently deceased but is being maintained on a ventilator.
The family consented and donated the body for this study.
They felt really strongly that this would be something that she would want.
What was said in the operating room?
We had a moment of silence for the decedent and the family who made this incredible decision. We had a moment of silence for the decedent and the family who made this incredible decision.
Before this first attempt, NYU created a new board, consulting with religious and legal experts, and with bioethicists like Dr. Art Kaplan, who heads the medical center's ethics division.
Do you have any second thoughts whatsoever that this was the right thing to do ethically?
I think we should be doing it more often. What we have here is absolute certification of death, complete voluntarism on the part of the people involved in the experiment with permission and enthusiasm that they want to help.
The researchers connected the pig's kidney above the thigh of the recipient, outside the body so they could see and test it.
The kidney turned a beautiful pink color. We were sort of taking in what we were looking at, which was incredible. It was a kidney that was immediately functioning.
Without genetic modification, a transplanted pig kidney would likely have been rejected within minutes. This kidney worked perfectly for 54 hours before being disconnected.
What could it mean?
It could mean that no one will need to die waiting for an organ anymore. I think it will be something that, eventually will be perfected to the point where it'll be an alternative to a human organ.
And for Dr. Montgomery, this is personal. He knows all too well how it feels to wait for a donor organ.
The study occurred 5 days after the 3rd anniversary of my heart transplant. It was a very emotional moment in time. Just the fact that, I was able to be here to do this work is both humbling and it just makes the whole thing just feel more important.
Early days for a new approach that could save thousands of lives.
Really can't be
Wow,
life-changing for the family.
John LaPook, plot twist that the doctor himself had to have a life-saving surgery. John LaPook would be with us, but he had surgery today. He's in the operating room this morning. But what an incredible story. When you hear about pig kidney, at first I went,
We need to
but then
stop.
you hear it could save your life. You go, oink, oink.
We need to stop, we need to stop calling.
Big, 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 yeah, big, 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 big,